Thanos, without a doubt, is a very complex character. The MCU has done a very good job, in my opinion, of characterizing his trait of once he sets his mind to a goal, he will stop at nothing to get it done. But without a doubt, the MCU is not a very good representation of who Thanos is overall as a character. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. On this channel, we talk video games and comic books. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode like this. Also, just a quick shout out to our Patreon. You'll get access to behind the scenes features and a lot more. So like I said, Thanos is a very complex character. The MCU did a good job of showing that he wanted his ultimate goal to be to end half the life of the universe, to help bring an end to famine and war and just scarcity of supplies so that there is enough for everything to go around for everyone. However, his motivation is the biggest problem that I have with the MCU version of Thanos, being that he just simply, out of the best goodwill of his heart, wanted to make sure that there was enough supplies and food to end famine so that there was enough for everyone. The comic Thanos goes to a much deeper and crazier level. The whole reason for Thanos being as crazy and evil as he is in the comics is not out of the goodwill of his heart making sure that there's supplies for everyone, but that he is absolutely, deeply, madly in love with death itself. Now, in Marvel, there is an actual person named Death, Lady Death herself. Death is the ruler of the entire domain of everyone that has died, and Thanos has found that he is just madly in love with this personification of death. And so his whole motivation is to kill as many people and to ultimately bring as many souls to death to win the favor of death itself. Now, along with wanting to kill as many people as possible to help deliver as many souls to death, he also wants to die himself so that he can be with death. There is a reason why he is called the Mad Titan, because he is the craziest, most insane person in the entire universe and has actually been banished from death herself. Canonically speaking, Thanos cannot die. Now, where I think that this has real motivation is that he is not simply doing something just because plot requires him to do that. He's not simply growing up in a civilization where his entire civilization has fallen, there was not enough food to go around, and so because of that, he wants to completely eradicate half of the life in the universe. He's really doing all of this in the comics because he's just madly in love. For lack of a better term, he's a simp. Now, in an alternate universe, he's actually gone so far as to really take this to the fullest extent, where he has killed every single Avenger. Moving on from that, he has killed nearly the entire universe's population of all living life, to where now it's down to a handful of people, and even then, death does not come to him. Death is not impressed by the things that he has done, but his undying loyalty and love and affection for death has not wavered him, and he will continue to do everything that he can to win favor of death. Now, before we get back to the video, I do want to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. That is the biggest way you can help support this channel. Now, let's get back to the video. In probably the greatest issue line of comics from Donny is the Thanos Wins book. This was an incredible book of a series of issues that basically showed what would happen if Thanos actually won. In this book, we see the telling from the perspective, for the most part, of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Cosmic Ghost Rider is one of the craziest characters in all of Marvel history, and I would love to do a deeper dive into the character of Cosmic Ghost Rider, so let me know down in the comments down below if that's something that you're interested in. Now, from this perspective, we see how Thanos got to where he is. Now, this is basically the ultimate version of Thanos, also known as King Thanos. He has won, he has beat the Avengers, he has completely decimated all hope and life in the universe, and he is sitting on a throne of complete loneliness and death and destruction. These are basically the things that he has sought for his entire life and career, and he still has not won the favor of death. So much so that he brings a younger Thanos back from time using the Time Stone to essentially try to kill himself, because he can't do it himself. So maybe if he can bring a younger, more hungry Thanos to actually do the work for him and finish this King Thanos, maybe at that point he can actually reach the Death Realm. But this eventually backfires on him when the younger Thanos realizes his plans. At this point, the younger Thanos is completely disinterested in Lady Death, and is completely disinterested in the fact that this King Thanos is essentially being the ultimate futuristic simp for Death. And so the younger Thanos vows with all of his might to end the existence of King Thanos by whatever means necessary. He has vowed to never become this future version of Thanos, and ultimately, younger Thanos wins. So much so that Death appears at King Thanos' doorstep, but does not call for him because now he is no longer in reality and no longer has had the opportunity to become this ultimate King Thanos. Like I said, this is a phenomenal story that if you haven't read it yourself, I definitely recommend you doing that. I'll have it linked down below where you can get it on Amazon for yourself. This also serves as the origin story for the Cosmic Ghost Rider. So you're getting an awesome Thanos story and the origin story of one of the coolest and most interesting characters in all of Marvel history. But maybe the difference between the MCU Thanos and the comic Thanos has really turned you off from the MCU. Maybe you're finding that you're getting a little bit burnt out from all the different things going on in the MCU and just some of the changes that they've done. Be sure to watch this video here where I detail my own MCU burnout, and check this other playlist right here of my other videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.